Hello again and welcome to Asset Television News. I am Omiki Matthew and here are the headlines. Tet Fund and NATI sign an MOU to enhance information. Army High Command launch manhunt to fish out BENUE killers. Niger Delta youth call on INEC to stop delineation of area. For details of these stories and more, do stay with us. And now the news in detail. The Tertiary Education Trust Fund, Tet Fund, and the Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, NATI, have signed a Memorandum of Understanding to enhance data and information sharing aimed at improving remittances to the fund and promoting greater transparency in the extractive sector. Speaking at the signing ceremony in Abuja, Tet Fund Executive Secretary Sonny Echeno explained that the partnership will deepen accountability, particularly within the oil, gas, and other extractive industries, while aligning with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu.
See, one of the major inputs he made to that bill is to ensure that there is a system still retained to be able to monitor inflows and to be able to verify that actual accruals are being collected. And so once our board of trustees will still be interested in knowing how much is coming into the education levy or the education tax, the development levy, development tax as it's going to be called. And because that is where we get 50%, 50% of that comes to us. So we still use this framework to ensure that those who should pay as at when due and in the correct amount. So we are discussing issues around expanding incidents and also improving efficiency of collection. And nothing works without credible, up-to-date data, which is what NATI is helping us to provide. Once this is done, we'll follow it.
On his part, Executive Secretary of NATI, Obonaya Olji, while describing the agreement as both timely and significant, emphasizing its role in ensuring that revenues from natural resources are transparently managed and effectively utilized. He noted that under the MOU, NATI will work with Tet Fund to ensure timely and prompt remittances through early deployment of evidence-based data.
This partnership is both timely and significant. NATI and Tet Fund are united by a common goal to ensure that revenues earned from Nigeria's natural resources are not only transparently managed but also efficiently deployed to promote development, reduce poverty, and advance our national priorities.
On the potential impacts of ongoing tax reforms, Tet Fund clarified that some terminologies will change, like education tax giving way for development levy. The core financial mechanisms would remain intact. The military and the police have launched a joint cross-border manhunt for the gunmen who killed around 200 villagers in Yaliwata, Guma local government area of BENUE State on the night on Friday. Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa and Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetekun arrived in Makudi and Yelowata on Monday to coordinate the operation that would target the suspected killers. Musa, after assessing the carnage, vowed to take the battle to the terrorists by changing the military's strategy to fit the situation on the ground. However, given the manner of the attack, he expressed concerns that the attackers are operating with the help from within the community. Former Anambra State Governor and 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has criticized President Bola Tinubu's delayed visit to crisis-hit regions of the country. Obi warned that selective empathy and leadership by remote control sent a dangerous message to grieving Nigerians. In a post on his X handle on Tuesday, Obi, however, hails Tinubu's plans of visits to BENUE massacre communities, but noted that similar compassion should be shown to communities in Niger State, particularly Mukwa, where floods reportedly claimed over 200 lives and left more than 1,000 people missing. Obi stressed that presidential presence in disaster-hit areas can be very reassuring and uplifting for grieving communities, adding that the scale of devastation in both Benue and Niger demanded equal national attention. Asset Television News will be going for a quick break. When we return, more stories will come your way. Please do stay tuned. You're most welcome back to Asset Television News, and of course, we continue with the news with this story. Nigerian wine lovers will soon be in for nice moments as Katina Valpolicilla, Nigra, and Francis Onabi's plan the launch of Last One and Rosa Verona wines in Nigeria, bringing premium Italian wines to Nigerian consumers at reasonable prices. Verona, Italy, one of Italy's most respected wine producers, announces its entry into the Nigerian market with the official launch of two distinguished labels, Last One and Rosa Verona. This exciting initiative is made possible through a strategic partnership with Nigerian entrepreneur Francis Onabis, founder of Stillwater Consorts Italy and Francis Roberto Nigeria Limited. With a legacy rooted in the hearts of Valpolicilla since 1933, Katina Nigra is known worldwide for producing wines of exceptional quality that express the character and richness of the Veneto region. The decision to expand into Nigeria is part of wineries' international growth strategy and reflects a growing demand for premium European wines in West Africa. Niger Delta Youth Group has called on the Independent National Electoral Commission to, as a matter of urgency, suspend ongoing INEC wards delineation exercise in the Warri area of Delta South Senatorial District to avoid further breakdown of law and order. The ward delineation, which is currently causing crisis among the three ethnic groups in the state, Shekuri, Ijo, and Urobo, in the Warri area, has triggered various protests and shutting down of oil facilities for the past 2 months. However, the group, under the aegis of Isoko political youth leaders of thought, made a call on Monday in Asaba while addressing journalists. The chairman of the group, Daniel Omuraro, also called for urgent attention from President Bola Tinubu to maintain peace in the Niger Delta region and avoid shutting down oil facilities. And still on the oil sector, oil marketers under the aegis of the Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria have raised concerns over the Dangote Petroleum Refinery's plan to distribute fuel directly to filling stations and other businesses nationwide. Petron warned that the policy could lead to job losses and place Dangote in a monopoly-like position. With a production capacity of 650,000 barrels per day, Petron argued that the Dangote refinery should be competing with global refineries, not operating as a distributor in the downstream sector. Petron said it had previously raised the alarm about Dangote's intention to dominate the downstream sector, citing concerns that the company will leverage its market power to fix prices, limit competition, and exploit consumers, much like it has done in other sectors. The association warned that Dangote's tactics might include a pricing penetration strategy where it would reduce prices to capture market share, with the ultimate goal of forcing other filling station operators to quit the market. And with this story, we have come to the end of this edition of Asset Television News. Please subscribe to all our social media handles in order not to miss any of our newest contents. Special thanks to the production crew. I am Omiki Matthew, saying see you soon. Bye-bye.